Okay. So stop share for a second. That's tables for you and their nice attitude. Another trick we have is that seeing as though I've created a table here, I'm going to turn show hide on. And you can see this is a table, and I might view grid lines. Okay, so I can see my table there. If I want to turn that back to text, I can. I click on that and I go convert to text in the layout activity area. You see, table tools will automatically come up because I'm working in a table, and I can go convert to text, and it says, what do you want to separate them by? Tabs, very good. And I've got all my tabs set for me already. I showed this to the students and they said, I'm going to do that. They all went crazy. They liked it very, very, very much. If you've got text that you know how sometimes you get things via email or whatever, and they've just been set out, and instead of using tabs, they've used commas, for example, like they may have name, comma, last name, comma, nickname, comma, middle name. Okay, and now I want to convert that to a table. So what I'm going to do is select it all. I'm going to go insert, and I'm going to go table, convert text to table, and it's already detected that there's something there that shouldn't be there. If I want to separate that with other, I can put in any character that I have put in here already, like the space bar. I can put that in. Or if I want to separate it by the commas, I just click on comma. So it's going to ignore other now because it's not ticked, and I click on OK, and there's my table separated by commas. So that's very, very neatly done. I am going to pick on my own table for that, and there you have it done. So you can take a whole bunch of text as well and convert it to a table depending on what's actually in there. If I go equals, this I use to generate text. I'm going to do just one sentence. That's one paragraph with one sentence in it. The first number denotes how many paragraphs you want, and the second number denotes how much text you want in that paragraph. So I do this. Now I want to turn this into a table, heaven forbid, and I want it separated by spaces, you see. So I select it, I go insert a table and convert text to table and other, and I'm going to, there's spaces still in there, and I go okay, and there's my table. My clicking this morning isn't terribly accurate. Hang on. Tables imported from Excel. That is Lindy. Because I can only...
Yes, Lindsay. Lindsay was asking that. I've got some big tables that are in Excel format.
Yes.
That I can import as an object, or I can turn into a table. What's your advice?
I would not put it in as an object if you want to manipulate it later. Let's just see here. Trying to get a small Excel file. Okay, here's a small Excel file. It hasn't even been formatted yet. I'll just delete everything in that row. So if I was going to be bringing this in, I would select it all like this and make a copy of it. And then I'm going to go to my Word document and I'm going to look at all my paste options. And you can see that they have expanded somewhat. So I can either paste it by keeping the source formatting, which means it's going to look dreadful because it's going to fill all the spaces and everything that it's put in there. You can paste it as what is going to look like in Word. That's not much better. I can paste it as a link. It links it to the original, and if I make any changes in the original, I come back to Microsoft Word and I tap F9, it'll automatically update. I can use the destination. In other words, either of these two, but still link it. I can put it in as a picture, which is an object, okay? Or I can put in only the text and it'll land like that and then turn it into a table myself. So you have those three options, you see. So if this was mine, I would now possibly select it all and now insert a convert to table. It's sensed the 9 columns. It still pretty much looks like the first one I did. You can see I've run out of room. Make the font smaller maybe. And here's a very interesting tool in font making smaller and larger of. You can see that there's nothing in this bar here. That's because I have fonts of different sizes in there and different types, it thinks anyway. But if I click on this, I will enlarge the font sizes proportionally. So if I have one item in there that's 14, another item that's 12, and I click on that, this one will go to 16 and this one will go to 14. So I don't have to do them individually. Similarly, when you decrease the font size, it'll do them proportionally. All right, so there is it now as a table. So you can see that it depends on your paste choices what you're going to get, Lindsay. So this one now says, do you want it as a table? Because it sends that I've dropped it in already. Or do you want to merge the tables? In other words, kind of do a nesting thing. So it's up to you. Here is special, and there are a bunch of formats here. If you put it in as an object, look what happens. It belongs to the spreadsheet. That's what the spreadsheet's going to put in. Okay, so you can see that you can't actually click on anything and make any changes because it's a spreadsheet that says, here's what it looks like, plonk, you're going to get it. It's almost like an image. So I'll tap enter and paste now. It's gone back to the ordinary paste again. And you can paste it as anything else, but I wouldn't. HTML format. Oops. Now it thinks it's a link, or it should have anyway. Okay, did that answer your questions? Okay, good. If you want to get rid of a table and you click on the little button there, it selects the whole table and you think, oh good, now I'm going to tap delete, all you're going to get is the contents being deleted. Okay, so what you need to do here is you can right click and go delete table if you like, but if you don't want to do that, you can go backspace or shift delete. So backspace gets rid of the whole table, and so does shift delete get rid of the whole table. So there are a few